Hi, and welcome to Cosplay That Crushes. I'm Penelope, and this is our first video on our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, there's only going to be two of us that post. It's going to be me and Gabby, and if you want to see all seven of us and how we cosplay, then go to our Instagram, and I'll have it somewhere on the screen. It's Cosplay That Crushes. Today I'm going to be talking about my Undyne cosplay, which I've cosplayed as once, but I'm planning on making it what I mainly cosplay as. I'm going to talk about my costume pieces. I'm going to talk about how I do the scale makeup and just the regular eye makeup, and I'll insert some pictures at the end of me at previous conventions and how this all looks when it's tied together. The first thing that you need for your Undyne cosplay is a pair of boots. Hers are like a reddish brown, but I tend to usually wear these. I got these at Old Navy. They're, this is a faux leather, and then this is suede, and they do have a little bit of a heel. The inside of these are coming out, as you can probably see, so these aren't very comfortable for conventions, but if you wear a really thick pair of socks, if you do want to wear these are good, or you probably want to get a pair of these in like a reddish brown. Mine, I hot glued them down, but they're coming back up. But for me, I think if your clothes are more beaten up, they look better for Undyne, just because she's such her outfit should be like more worn out, because she's she doesn't have time to do her hair and stuff or whatever. She just yeah. The next thing I wear are these J-Gains from So. These were actually my best friend's pants, but she was, for Halloween, she had the very creative idea of being a murderer. So basically I made her costume and I splattered red and black paint onto a white t-shirt, and then I took her pants and I ripped a bunch of holes in the legs. Basically how you do it is you cut two strips like this way, and you pull out all the blue threads, so you're left with the white. I'll probably end up doing a video on that later on, just because I feel like that's a good technique for a lot of characters. Last thing for a costume is, I think Undyne, she always has a leather jacket. Wait, this isn't the last thing. What am I talking about? You have to have a black tank top. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, because it's going to be hidden by your leather jacket, but you want to have a tank top, unless you're going to be the one, unless you want to cosplay without the jacket. I feel like the jacket is a really good piece to add to your cosplay, just because, yeah. I have this one that my dad is letting me use. I think this is from like the 70s or the 80s. He got this a really long time ago, so it's more worn. And you can see like the red, because I didn't want to buy a wig or borrow one, because my friend was being tiki, so she needed the red wig, so I can borrow the wig from her, and I didn't want to buy a new one because I waited till the last minute and I couldn't order one. She has obviously red hair. I don't have a proper wig. This one's about to needs to be thrown away soon. But I can't put it on right now because I don't have my wig cap with me. But basically what I do is I just take all this hair to one side. So I can kind of show you what I'm doing on my natural hair. So I take all my hair to one side, and then what I'll do later on is I'll take a bobby pin and I'll pin back this part. But I'm planning on doing a more in-depth cosplay tutorial on Undyne once I get all my face paints and eyeshadows in. I'll probably do it and have it up by the end of the week, because I'll have it up by the end of the week, probably because my friends and I are planning on going to the park behind my friend's house and doing a little photo shoot with my friend's aunt, I think, who's a photographer, and we'll have some pictures up. But when I'm preparing for that photo shoot, I'll probably sorry, I dropped something. I'll probably end up showing you guys what I'm doing, just so you guys can see something that's more in depth instead of me just talking. But in the meantime, I'm doing this video, so yeah. The last thing about Undyne Cosplay is her makeup obviously were not born blue. So basically what I did was when I was making my first attempt to do Undyne cosplay, I didn't have a really good blue face paint because because we went to like Party City or something and we bought it and it didn't end up working that well, but I can still use it for like little things. But so I have face paint coming in the mail, so I can't really show you right now what I'm doing. I'll do that at a later time. But you take you take the blue. You can either paint your face with the face paint beforehand, or you can put the wig cap over your face and dab it on, so you'll have like your actual skin tone showing through. But if you apply it on first before you put the wig cap, you're gonna have to put a lot of powder on your face, or parts of it could like lift up when you take the wig cap off. But what I did for my first Undyne cosplay, because I'm so pale, I decided just not to put the blue on. So I take a wig cap with diamond cut holes in it, and I take it and I put it over my whole face, and then I take a makeup sponge and I activate the water paint, which I have ordered is Mayron Paradise paint in teal, I believe is the color. But you dab it on your face with a makeup sponge, and then you let that dry and you do like another coat, and then you keep the wig cap on your face and you take some sort of blender brush and you tap in a light blue in between, like in the middle of your forehead, on the bridge of your nose, in a triangle underneath your eye, on your cupid's bow, and your chin. And then you're gonna take the blender brush and you're gonna pick up a darker blue and you're gonna put it on your temples, which is this area right here. You're gonna put it on the sides, and then you're gonna put it in your cheekbones and on your jawline. So it's basically like, if you know the process of highlighting and contouring, it's basically the same thing, just with blue. And for the other parts that you don't put any blue pigments on, blue eyeshadows, you will put some sort of translucent powder, and the whole time you don't want to rub at your face when you're putting in, like, don't take the, here, let me get a brush. You don't want to take the brush and let's use this brush. You don't want to take the brush and go like this, or it'll lift the powder and all the face paint and it'll just smear it. You want to tap it in, and that way it'll keep the diamond pattern in your intact, and you'll end up having the scale effect. And then for makeup, for the eyes, you want to take a dark red and you want to put it in your crease, like where I have brown right now. You want to put red, and then you want to put a lighter red on your eyelids and a really light, like a shimmery white in your inner tear duct, and then on your bridge of your eye. This is obviously, of course, after you put this on, after you've removed the wig cap. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you don't have to do it on both eyes. You don't have to do it on one eye, or you only have to do it on one eye because you're going to be having an eye patch on one of your eye. And I use the same technique of the padding in the scales for Night Prowlers. If you follow our Instagram account, you'll know who that is. She cosplays as Alphys. You can do the same exact technique, but instead of blue, you use yellows, and you have to use, instead of different shades of red, and you put brown, and then for Undyne you put red lipstick on, and then for Alphys you put on brown lipstick. So it's essentially the same exact thing, it's just different colors. So that's what we usually do. I usually spend the night at Night Prowler's house before conventions that I'm going to be Undyne and she's going to be Alphys, so I can do both of them. For Undyne, I use a more orangey red, like this. This one is number 12 by Kate Moss Rimmel. It's a more orangey red than like if you go to a store and you buy a blue red. Blue reds are more I don't have a blue red lipstick to show you, but blue reds are more dark, tend to be more dark, and they're not as bright, whereas an orange red, it looks like it's nearing orange. And then for Alphys, I use the Clinique Duo in, Clinique Different Lipstick in Tender Heart, and this is a double thing, but I use over it, that was a loud sound. I use the Clinique Long Last Glosswear in 04 Sunset, and it looks like this, which I think is a really good color for Alphys. And before you do any of them for conventions, I would recommend when you go to conventions, you definitely want to bring a you want to bring your lipsticks with you. You don't necessarily have to bring your eye stuff with you because it tends to stay really well. I wouldn't bring the face stuff. I don't think you can, once you get the fishnet mask off, you can't really put it back on. It's that. So basically you just kind of like have to hope for the best. For me, it stayed up pretty well when I went to the one convention. The first convention I went to, I didn't have Mare on Paradise paint, so I just wore the eyeshadows all over my face, and it lasted really well. It started to wear a little bit around here just because I had been talking all day, and I had been, like, I don't know if I ate that convention, but, and I was sweating a lot because it was the first convention that we ever went to a game room, and when we went there, we were playing Dance Dance Revolution, like, the whole entire time, and, it lasted, so that's good. So, yeah, that is my, Undyne cosplay / kind of Alphys. If you want to see a written tutorial, there's one on our Instagram, which again, I'll put it somewhere on the screen, and it'll also be in the description. It explains again how you can make the Undyne cosplay into the Alphys cosplay, and also on our Instagram right now, Night Prowlers has updated the feed with a Toriel headpiece and her Alphys headpiece, and yeah, we have some cool tutorials on there, and we have some pictures from Shumatsudon when I was Undyne, my sister was Sans, Haru was Frisk, Night Prowlers was Alphys, Gabby was Tiki, and then Lily's was Played. Yeah, and all of our costumes are there for you to see, and if you have any questions, just direct message us or leave them in the comments.